everybody. Welcome into this episode of Kicking It Back with Matt. Today I'm going to be discussing the Rumble in the Jungle. And if you don't know, that was between Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman. This has probably been known as arguably the best sporting event of the 20th century. The fight was October 30th, 1974, so like 40 years ago. It was in Kanisha, Zaire. I think I'm saying that right. And it was held at the 20th of May Stadium, which was pretty much the whole stand was surrounded by a jungle, and that's why it was called the Rumble in the Jungle. George Foreman was the undefeated heavyweight world champion with a record of 40-0. He was known for his hitting power, and then he had Muhammad Ali. He was the former heavyweight champion with a record at 40-2 at the time. There were 60,000 people in attendance, with 1 billion people watching it on television. Now, Ali was like the biggest underdog going into this fight. He was a 4-1 underdog. Foreman, he was 25. He was young, and Ali was 32. He was more worn, and he has everything that went on with Ali in 1967. He was stripped of his title and he's suspended for a little over 3 years because he didn't want to join the draft and enter the U.S. Army. And but then back in 1970, he regained a boxing license and promptly fought a comeback against Jerry Corey, which he beat him pretty easily, and then Oscar Bonavena, and then he had an attempt to regain his championship. He fought Joe Frazier. He was then undefeated, and the bout was dubbed the fight of the century, and Frazier won that fight. But you got to keep in mind, Ali didn't really fight anybody very good. I mean, Jerry Corey was some no-namer, and same with Oscar Bonavena. Frazier was the first somebody he actually fought in almost going over 4 years now, and he lost a unanimous decision. He won the whole fight, and then left Ali fighting contenders for years, trying to get his title shot again, which he finally got with the Rumble in the Jungle. And I'm going to get on into the fight here. So the fight only went 8 rounds. Ultimately, Ali won the fight with a knockout. He wore Foreman down with the rope-a-dope, and the technique he called it. His speed and special tactics along with that wore him down. As the fight drew the 8th round, Foreman's punching and defense became ineffective because he was throwing so many wild shots. And he was throwing so many, it just took a toll on his body, where Ali was just standing there and just taking it and dodging them. And that was pretty much the end of that. That was the story there. The referee signaled the end of the fight. They threw the fight. The referee stopped the fight because Foreman was just out of it. And then at the stoppage, Ali led on all the scorecards, 68-66, 70-67, and then 69-66. So Ali just dominated this fight. It was probably one of the best comebacks in world history, one of the greatest upsets as well. And after that, Ali held on a little bit more, but then I believe he lost again. As he get in order, the younger guys came in and beat him. Ali finished his career with a record of, I believe it was like 40-5 or something like that. And so he only lost 3 more times. So, and then afterwards, actually, Ali and Foreman became really good friends, and so no bad blood, at least during that. So, but it was a short show this week. Didn't have a lot of time to get this together, but I did want to get a show in today. But hopefully you'll like this little tidbit, and I'll see you next week on another edition of Kicking It Back with Matt with another episode of sports history. Thank you, and see you next time.